In this video, I have another 50-year anniversary, and it is for School's Out by Alice Cooper. And I got a few different dates for the release date. Some say June 30th, another says June 1st, so I'm just going to do it now. It's the middle of June, so, if you know me, I'm a big Alice Cooper fan. I have done various reviews and rankings of Alice Cooper albums, so, I had to do an anniversary of School's Out, which to me, it's a good album, but I do have maybe a few issues with it, but I'll talk about that throughout the video. It's the fifth album by the Alice Cooper Band, and remember at this point it was a band. They would break up later, and then Alice would become a solo artist. This album followed his two best albums, in my opinion, and those were Love It to Death, this one here, and Killer. I always go back and forth between which is my favorite, but these are his two best, and this is the one that came right after that. So this one has his most popular song called School's Out, and that song was a big hit. It reached number 7 on the Billboard chart in the States, and the album itself reached number 2 on the Billboard Top 200 albums. The original vinyl record was wrapped in a pair of panties, but they stopped doing that because supposedly the paper panties were flammable, so I think they discontinued that. And the album, it's about 37 minutes long. There's 9 songs. Now, in my opinion, the album is hit or miss. There's some filler tracks, and it does have some of his best songs as well, some really good stuff. But like I said before, it was the original Alice Cooper Band. We got Alice on vocals, Glenn Buxton on lead guitar, Michael Bruce on rhythm guitar and keyboards, Dennis Dunaway on bass, and Neil Smith on drums. And produced by Bob Ezrin. He also played some keyboards on the album. Now, the album cover is pretty cool. Let me see if I can get up close, because you can see some of their signatures of the bands. You can see Alice Cooper there, and you see N. Smith, and I guess it's a real photograph of a desk, and I think it's in some museum or something, and it was etched into the album cover. So that's pretty cool. Now on the back, it kind of shows I guess it's looks like inside of a locker, I guess. And it shows, sorry if it gets blurry, but those are the song titles. Now let me talk about the song. So the first song is School's Out, and this is pretty much one of his most iconic songs. The lyrics are very fun and rebellious. It evokes memories of being back in school. It's a classic rock song and has everything you want. It has the hard rock guitar riffs. Big choruses, the haunting tone of the Alice Cooper show, and the choir singing, the kids in the chorus. Really cool song, has cool backing rhythm, nice keyboards, and just a classic song. Then Looney Tune, it's a cool song. This one has Alice Cooper Band, that signature sound. It almost sounds like something from a soundtrack to an old spy movie. This has the Insane Asylum theme. He would explore that further on albums On the Inside. If you're a fan of his classic albums, it's also one of the best songs on the album. He even incorporates some orchestration in the song, something he would do later in his ballads that would become hits later on. The guitar solo is on a distorted guitar, so that kind of stands out in the song. And type of song that has a hard rock sound mixed with his theatrical sounds, and probably a great song for a live show. Then there's Gutter Cat versus the Jets, and at this point I feel the album kind of takes a little dip. The next few songs kind of bleed into each other. I actually like the next 2 ones, but the song is based on West Side Story. It has a bass guitar intro, then the band kicks in, they play some rock and roll. Song's not that bad. My issue is that they kind of take the chorus right out of the scene from West Side Story. That kind of makes it unoriginal. But the song has some cool keyboards and instrumentation. Alice sings in his classic raspy voice, and I think the first 3.5 minutes are good, but the last minute is just melodies from West Side Story, and that, I don't know, kind of makes it lose a little for me. And then track 4, Street Fight, which is an instrumental. It's 1 minute, but it's just a bass line with street fighting sound effects and cats in the background, and I guess this is just filler. And then track 5, Blue Turk, last song on side 1 of the album, and it's a good song. It's different. It has a jazzy feel. Has a bass line, kind of drives the intro. Alice sings in more of a crooning style as opposed to his normal raspy style. The vocals are very good here. They incorporate some horns, and the song evokes this kind of music you would hear at a dive bar, maybe at 3 in the morning. It's theatrical, it's jazzy, it's classic Alice Cooper. It has an extended instrumental section towards the last third of the song with some cool keyboard and bass playing. And I guess this would be like the best song after the title track and Looney Tune from side one on the album, but side two has some good stuff on it as well. So side two opens with My Stars. It's classic Alice Cooper. It starts with a classic rock sound with piano and lead guitar. But this one has a sound that goes back to the earlier albums like Pretty's for You. That was like his first one, more of like a psychedelic rock type of album. So the song does have some cool piano parts along with some nice lead guitar licks. This one has somewhat of like a prog rock feel as well. It's also the longest song at close to 6 minutes. Then there's Public Animal number 9, and this is like probably the best song on the second side. This is the Alice Cooper Band kind of doing like a Rolling Stones type of sound, and they do it very well. This one has lots of energy. Alice has more of a classic raspy vocal style. The song is classic Alice Cooper. It captures the sound of their band at the time. The lyrics keep within the main theme of the album, just makes lots of references of being in school, comparisons to like state penitentiaries. And this would be one of the best songs in the album. So maybe after like Looney Tune and the title track, Alice does get a little crazy in this one, so that one's pretty good. The next two are decent, okay. So Alma Mater, it's a heartfelt ballad, kind of continues with a school theme, has the sound of like raindrops in the background and like a country western feel. This is a very different type of song for the band. Song is just okay for me. It's not one of the songs that stands out in the album or in his catalog anyway. Throughout most of the song, he's reminiscing about the old days when they were in school and wondering if they would see each other again. The end reminded me of like that Roy Rogers or like Van Halen cover song, Happy Trails. That's kind of what it reminded me of. And the final song is called Grand Finale, and it's an instrumental. And they close it with an instrumental. It's kind of weird. Actually reminds me of like the theme song of like a 70s police show. That's kind of like what I got from it. And it has the horns, the big theme song type of song, that sound. The song is, they call it Grand Finale, but it kind of sounds like the opening credits to a TV show. I'm not sure if that's what they were going for here. They also end with that West Side Story theme, which is why I always like relate this album to West Side Story, and I don't know why. But anyway, I think this is one of those albums that is very popular based on just one song. You remember back before the days of streaming, you would hear a song on the radio, you would like it, and you buy the album, then you listen to the rest of the album, and it's not that good. I'm thinking of like in the 90s with that like Blind Melon album, but I'm not saying it's a bad album. It's good. It just has some filler on it, and it doesn't stand up to his really good ones, like Love to Death, Killer, Welcome to My Nightmare, $1 Billion Babies. But I would say that this one is very good. Maybe it would come like after those 4 albums. It's a top 10 album. And anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one.